Welcome, high school astronomy students, to our final sky. We'll say our final season, but it's not really a season, but it is the northern sky. As you can see, we are here facing to the north, indicated by the N there on the horizon. And as we have gone over, the iconic star pattern this time is, of course, the Big Dipper. We do say iconic star pattern and not iconic constellation because, as you know, the Big Dipper is not a true constellation. It is only part of the larger constellation Ursa Major, the large bear. You can see right here is the tail of the bear, body of the bear, and legs drop below. Ursa Major does contain the Big Dipper, with there's the 4 stars in the bowl and 3 stars in the handle. So together, Ursa Major, but really the Big Dipper is the iconic constellation of the north. Now, the Big Dipper does have 2 stars that are the most important to us, and those are these 2 stars here on the bottom, the one on the left and the one on the right, the 2 end stars of the bowl. The first one on the left is the star called Merak, and the star on the right is called Dubhe. Merak and Dubhe, these 2 stars are often referred to as the pointer stars. The reason for that is, as you know, they both point to that very important star we all know as Polaris, or probably even more known as the North Star. So that's what makes Merak and Dubhe some of the most important stars in the sky, because they lead to the most important star in the sky, and that is the North Star, Polaris. Polaris is our North Star because it is located right next to the North Celestial Pole of our Earth. So if you take the North Pole of the planet and shoot it straight off into space, it would go right through that cross right there. And you can see, if I turn off the cross, that Polaris lies very, very close to that point. So as the sky turns, Polaris appears to not move as it rotates around or orbits around that little plus sign that you can imagine there. And so to our eyes, it doesn't move. It technically does very, very little. But that's what makes Polaris our North Star, the fact that it is the closest star to the North Celestial Pole. Now, once you've found the star Polaris, not only, of course, have you found the North Star, but you've also found the end of the handle of the Little Dipper. So finding the North Star is also the way to find the Little Dipper. As the North Star ends that handle, go upwards and then create the little rectangle up there. Little Dipper is the same stars actually as Ursa Minor. The stars don't change at all, only the title. So technically Ursa Minor is the official name of this constellation, but the Little Dipper would be the asterism matching the Big Dipper. If I clear out all the lines here, please notice that these stars here in the middle of the Dipper, or Ursa Minor, are very, very dim. It is likely you will not see those in the nighttime sky. So use the pointer stars, find the North Star, and then, at least in the summertime, head up here to find the 2 on the end of the bowl. But these 4 stars in the middle are quite dim. But either way, you're looking at Ursa Minor, or the asterism of the Little Dipper. After you have found the Big and the Little Dipper, along with Ursa Major and Ursa Minor, use the 2 pointer stars. So if we go back and take a look at how our pointer stars point to the North Star, right there's Polaris. Let's take this line and extend it even further. So if we pretend that the line extends past the North Star, you're going to run into this 5-star constellation, at least 5 bright stars, that draw a kindergarten house, if you will. That's the way I like to describe it, at least. And this, of course, is the constellation of Cepheus. Cepheus is the king. So again, if you notice the 2 pointer stars of the Big Dipper, point it off straight, go through the North Star Polaris, and you run yourself right into the house dwelling of Cepheus the king. Of course, what is a king without the beautiful queen? And so if you look downwards, or to Cepheus's right, and I guess from our point of view it's down, but from Cepheus's facing us, it'd be to his right is sitting his queen, Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia, very well known in the sky, as these 5 stars making up the W are quite bright. You can easily see these five stars and a W in the winter sky, or in the north sky. And as you know, the brain loves shapes. And so finding a letter, for example, like this letter W, the brain and eyes will catch that pretty easily. So there are the pointer stars leading through the North Star. It leads us to the house of Cepheus. Once we find Cepheus, go next door to find Cassiopeia, the queen. Our final constellation of the northern sky is Draco the Dragon. Now, Draco is a very difficult constellation to see in the real sky. Even though it's big, it's very dim, and because it sort of meanders in between other constellations, it makes it difficult to keep track of. But my favorite way to find it is to go back to the pointer stars. Here's Merak, there's Dubhe, there's Polaris. If I'm on my way to Polaris, what I want to do is go back about 3/4 of the way, and that takes me to the star that starts the tail. So use the pointer stars to Polaris, and then go back about 3/4, follow the tail up, then down, then up, and you'll find the 4 stars that represent the multiple heads of Draco. Turning off the lines to make sure you can do this without the lines here. There's the pointer stars, there's the North Star, go back about 3/4, up this set of stars, down this set of stars, back up, and here's the trapezoid for the head of Draco. Draco the Dragon. With Draco complete, that does complete the entire winter sky. Here are all your constellations, iconed of course by the asterism Big Dipper inside of Ursa Major, Ursa Minor and Little Dipper combined into the same constellation, or at least set of stars, Cepheus and Cassiopeia, the king and queen, and Draco the Dragon. We do have the 3 stars you need to know, and that is Merak on the left, Dubhe on the right, both of which lead to Polaris, the North Star. But what I want to make sure you realize is the North Star is that very unique sky, or the North Sky is a very unique sky that is up all year around. This red circle is what we call the Circumpolar Region, and inside this region are all the constellations that stay up all 4 seasons. No matter what season you're in, some of these or all of them should be in the sky. So as I advance time here, you'll see as I advance through the year, the Big Dipper might get pretty low, but it does stay above the horizon, which means it is up in all 4 seasons. Same with every other constellation lying within this circle. So that's what makes the North Sky the hardest one, is because you have to be ready to view the sky from any time of year. Be ready to see the Big Dipper above, or the Draco to the right and the Queen down below. You have to be ready to make those changes.